and it's because you talk like the way you do, you say the things you do, and you have this radical left-wing ideology. So if you want to continue that rhetoric, go on, brother. Keep doing it. We'll keep destroying you in elections.
Grab a drink, coffee, sweet tea, whiskey, water, whatever keeps you sharp, and settle in. You're going to want to hear this one all the way through. And when it's done, I want to talk about it with you in the comments.
Walz, you stated in your opening statement the following: but nothing Minnesota has done stands in the way of federal government managing its border security policy.
Okay.
Governor, I want to ask you, why are you lying to this committee?
I am not.
Who's the top law enforcement officer in the state of Minnesota?
The top law enforcement officer? Yep. Attorney General.
Yeah, that's right. What's his name? What's his name?
Are you asking me, do you know his name?
You know his name. Do you know his name?
I know the AG Ellison.
This is an article right here I'd like to submit for the record. Minnesota AG says will not enforce federal immigration laws as DOJ threatens to prosecute officials who resist. Without objection to order. Why are you lying to this committee? That is the top law enforcement officer in your state who's saying he will not comply with the federal government.
Nothing in his opinion changes the fact that state law requires all state and county officials to ask for immigration status when a convicted felon.
No, I'm sorry, Governor. He is saying he will not comply with federal laws. That's your top law enforcement officer. You're lying and misrepresenting yourself to this committee. Now I want to ask you this. Do you think in that line of questioning, free health care, food assistance, free college tuition, driver's licenses, and cash assistance, do you think that that's helping or hurting this government manage its border security and policies?
Well, Minnesota ranks first in health care. We rank third in safety on our roads.
Let me answer that for you. It's actually hurting because what you created
safer and more
created a state that is now a magnet. That is drawing illegals.
There's no sanctuary
to
law in
Minnesota. I know you guys haven't put it that way on the books, but your state has everything, every element in it that is consistent with the sanctuary state.
That's
Moving on, Mr. Walz. How about you calling ICE agents modern day Gestapo? That also stands. Do you think that helps our federal government carry out its law enforcement?
I think best practices in law enforcement by identifying who you are, identifying the vehicles, and making sure everyone has due process helps our law enforcement. I think covering your faces.
Do you think that helps calling our law enforcement agents that? What does ICE stand for, Governor? Immigration, Custom, Enforcement, right? These are the guys that are tasked with enforcing immigration, federal immigration laws.
That's right, federal. That's their job. It's not the state's job. Do you think that
calling them Gestapo is helping? You're not standing in the way. None of the messaging, none of the rhetoric is standing in the way of this administration doing what they've been tasked to do. Is that what you're saying?
I think what would help them is to follow due process, and when they do these missions, do the things that we expect of law enforcement.
How about when you went on Anderson Cooper, Governor Walz, and you said, how high is this wall? If it's 25 feet, then I'll invest in a 30-foot ladder factory. Do you think that helps our federal government carry out its law enforcement, its border security, and policy operations?
When did I say that?
You went on Anderson Cooper and said that. Do you not remember saying that? Because you've said so many outlandish things that you can't even keep track of them?
The point being is...
The clip is there for everybody. It's there for all Americans. If you guys want to go watch it, it's an easy Google. All right, Governor, you recently went on Gavin Newsom's podcast. You stated in regards to MAGA voters, I scare them a little bit, which is why they spend so much time on me. No, I'm serious because they know I can fix a truck. That's your direct quote. You also said on the show, I think I could kick most of their asses. I want to be very clear with you, Governor. You do scare us a bit, but it's not because you can fix a truck or change a tire. It's actually because of your radical left-wing agenda. You supported putting tampons in boys' bathrooms. You advocated for the disarming of Americans of their Second Amendment rights. You're pro-sanctuary city, as we have uncovered here today. You claim there is no guarantee to free speech when it comes to misinformation and hate speech. That right there is why the American people have such a hard time with you. It's not because we're crazy MAGA people. It's because of your radical left-wing agenda. I want to ask you on that last one where you claim there's no guarantee to free speech. Did you pick that up on one of your 30 trips to communist China, Governor? That sounds a lot like something that they would do. Yes or no?
I don't believe hate speech has a place in there. Hate speech that incites violence.
Governor Walz, you said that Kamala Harris picked you for vice president to code talk to white guys. How did that work out for this administration? How well did you do with white guys?
I don't have the.
You lost by 22 points to white guys. And it's because you talk like the way you do, you say the things you do, and you have this radical left-wing ideology. So if you want to continue that rhetoric, go on, brother. Keep doing it. We'll keep destroying you in elections.
And
Thank you, and I yield back.
The people of Minnesota.
I've been covering politics for more than 2 decades, and this exchange perfectly captures the divide in America right now. Congressman Crane looks Minnesota Governor Tim Walz straight in the eye and says what millions of Americans are already thinking. If your state is handing out driver's licenses, healthcare, college tuition, food assistance, and even cash to people who are here illegally, don't insult the public by pretending you're not creating a magnet for illegal immigration. Then Crane drops the hammer. He reminds Walz that Minnesota's own Attorney General refuses to enforce federal immigration law. That's the top law enforcement official in the state openly signaling that the law doesn't matter. Walz tries to dodge. He plays word games. But the reality is simple. When leadership shrugs at the law, people notice and the border crisis only gets worse. And then there's the rhetoric. Walz compared ICE agents, men and women doing a dangerous, necessary job, to the Gestapo. That's not just reckless, it's disgraceful. How are law enforcement officers supposed to do their jobs when political leaders portray them as villains? Crane also calls Walz out for joking that if the border wall is 25 feet high, he'll invest in a 30-foot ladder factory. That's not leadership. That's a cheap soundbite meant to impress a radical base while real Americans live with the consequences: crime, drugs, overrun hospitals and schools, and a federal government that refuses to enforce its own laws. Then Walz acts confused about why working-class Americans, especially the white, blue-collar men he claims to understand, are walking away from the left in record numbers. It's not fear. It's common sense. People are tired of policies that damage their communities, undermine the rule of law, and then lecture them about morality from behind gated neighborhoods and armed security. Crane closes by saying the quiet part out loud: keep talking like this, keep pushing this radical agenda, and we'll keep beating you at the ballot box. And he's right. Americans are done being gaslit. We're done being told chaos is compassion. We're done with elites who sneer at border security while insulating themselves from the consequences. Stick around to the end. I want to hear what you think. Is this the leadership America needs, or is this exactly why people are leaving the left in droves? Drop a comment, hit like, share this with a friend, and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. As always, I'll keep telling the truth whether the radical left likes it or not.